Well, I'm on the farm today, and we've been kind of busy up here burning some brush or flattening some of our brush piles that are a little older, where things have kind of rotted down, and been doing a lot of stop and go with the Farmall 350. So I thought I'd just kind of tool around here a little bit and maybe put a little charge on the battery before I put it away. So this is the field over next to my barn. This is the field over next to my white barn with the green roof. And this whole field, except for a little spot right in there, used to be like the autumn olives in there. And we burned a big pile yesterday of brush, and then we burned a pretty good pile today. And then we also just took my bush hog and just ran over some of these. This was a somewhat sizable brush pile. It had a lot of stuff grown up in it where it'd been sitting for a long time. And my apologies for the glare. The sun's right there ready to come down on us, but anyway, I thought I'd ride around and show you this. And I got actually over here, and that sun is really bright. There's a brush pile over there, and there's one right there that we need to get out of there. But this is going to be a really nice field when if and when I ever get it cleared. And I ran my bush hog over there. You can see a mound of dirt underneath it. I've been surprised at how much dirt is under these brush piles. This is one of them we burned and then took the dirt and kind of scraped over it. And we got one more to go that's kind of out here in the field. And that's that one right there. And we were lined up to burn it, but we decided against it because the wind was blowing pretty good. There's a lot of flammables out here. Last thing I need to do is lose the farm over a fire that gets out of control. But we spent the better part of the day working on that one. It rained this morning and last night, and it's kind of what we wanted. We wanted things kind of wetted down pretty good, because yesterday when we burnt the other brush pile, this old dry grass in here wanted to ignite, and that wasn't such a great idea. But in any event, we got it burned and everything was under control. I guess the next thing on my to-do list is to clear out all this crap in here. And again, I apologize for the glare, and I'm just going to drive around it maybe so you can see. But there's a lot of sheet metal in there and some lumber from when this barn was built. I say a lot. There's remnants of stuff in there, and I want to get all that cleared out. I want a clean yard, for lack of a better barnyard. When these hay customers come, it's really important that especially the horse customer, it's really important that what they see is a nice looking setup. It inspires confidence in your hay. And again, I'm just kind of knocking around here, kind of giving you a ride on the Farmall. This is a pleasurable tractor to ride on. It's not why we bought it, but It's something we kind of discovered. And so one of the things I'm thinking about, I don't know if it's practical or not, because some of these autumn olives are getting pretty big. And with the exception of one little spot back there, I pulled out just about all these autumn olives that were in this field with my old International 756 Farmall, which I've long since sold. There's some videos on it if you go back far enough on the channel. But these autumn olives are starting to get, you know, starting to get pretty big in diameter. And I never really wanted to run over them with a bush hog, but I'm told that you can hire people or rent a skid steer that has some kind of a shredder on it. It's not like a bush hog. It actually cuts everything up into chips. And one thing I read was some of them will take it down like an inch below the ground to give you a nice smooth appearance on your, on your ground. I just don't know what kind of debris is left behind, but I'd be curious in comments if anybody's familiar with such a apparatus, how it works. And but I'd like to get these autumn olives, I'd like to get this field cleared, and I had resisted going the shredder route because my gut tells me it'll leave a lot of debris. And the nice thing about pulling the autumn olives out of the ground with the guy that I did have in here that pulled a little bit of autumn olives out, he had a backhoe and a thumb, and he would just grab them and pluck them right out of the ground. The downside of that is now you got to do something with the autumn olive, like burn them, and we kind of wasn't right comfortable burning that stuff today in the wind and the dead grass. And so I've kind of opened my mind to some kind of a shredder. And in any event, I think I'd rather live with the debris. The other thing about pulling them out, I don't know if you can see it right there, but sometimes the root, when you pull the root out, you get a big ball of dirt with it, and from that you got a big divot. And it's not like we can come in here necessarily and plow. You know, the rock population just below the ground is out of sight. It's like digging potatoes. So I'm kind of opening my eyes to one of these shredder things, if they'll work, and maybe we can just grind all this stuff up and live with it, and at least get this field cleared where we can maintain it with a bush hog, and then the debris deteriorates, maybe we can move in and make some hay. This will be a nice hay field if we get it. It's a little bit bigger than my east field that you see us baling hay on. It's a little bit bigger than that, and it's just dead level. It'll be a tremendous hay field if I can get it whipped into shape. But we got to get these autumn olives out here first. But I'm gonna go to the other side of the field instead of torturing you with the sun, and kind of give you a view looking back from that side of the field, looking back this way, so you can kind of see what's going on. But so let me come back here in just a second. So you can kind of see where the burn piles or brush piles were, and you can imagine what that was like, trying to weave in and out of it with the hay mower. And what I'll do is I'll come in here with my I've got a wheel horse garden tractor with a deck, and like a 42-inch rear discharge deck, and it's handy for things like this. But I'll come in here and I'll put a trailer on the back of it. I know this is real tedious, and the big channels would never do this, but then we're not a big channel. But I That's another high priority, but I'm gonna stop here in the shade for a second. You can kind of see out across this field. You can kind of see out across this field that this is going to be a terrific hay field once I get it cleared. And but I think you know, get what I want to do back. I get tongue tied and I forget what I was talking about. But I'll run my wheel horse down through here with a trailer on the back of it, and I'll mow it and sticks and things like that. While it's going to be somewhat tedious, I'll pick up, you know, the remnants of where these autumn olives were in here, and they kind of died and broke up when I put them on those piles. But once I feel like I can put a riding mower across this field, then I feel like I can put any piece of hay equipment I got on it, especially my crone. So I don't have fear that I'm gonna tear the cutter bar out, and then I don't have fear that I'm gonna run something as big as your arm up into my baler and have the knife hit it on my John Deere baler. I'd just as soon avoid that. So that's kind of on the list for the winter. I hope I can get to it. And but you can see the edge of the autumn olives back this way, but I should be able to go all the way up close to the woods right along there and across. And then after the first of the year, I might see if I can get somebody in here with a shredder. Depends on, you know, where the financial priorities lay. And I've got some other things I want to do too, so I just gotta sit down and think about all that stuff. But in any event, I'm gonna I'm supposed to hold it for 5 seconds. That's kind of my rule of thumb. But I'm gonna take this Farmall, and I love the sound of that engine. But I'm gonna go over here and park it, and we're gonna kind of call it a day. So hope you enjoyed the video. Just kind of tooling around on the Farmall and burn piles and brush piles. Making a little progress here in the off season on the farm. A really nice day for it too. All right, we'll catch up with you later. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and we'll catch up with you on another video.